Live from KUSI, this is Good Business San Diego.
Hi, I'm Roy Robertson. This is your Good Business San Diego financial news update brought to you by Wilsey Asset Management. And I'm here with Brent Wilsey, who's the president of Wilsey Asset Management. Today, Brent joins us to talk about the concept of compounding, how it may impact investments in an overvalued market, and why investors may need to act with caution. And Brent, we always think about compounding as being a positive thing, but there is a downside.
There is a downside, and that's why it's so important to understand, first of all, that the market is overvalued. I mean, just think about this. 2 years of 20% plus gains in the S&P 500. That's almost unprecedented. It's happened a couple times before, but very unusual. And we got to remember about the Mag 7. The concentration is about 33%. So a third of the S&P 500 is coming from 7 companies. Have one of those companies have a bad time, you're going to have a problem.
These are all the high-tech stocks.
All the high-tech stocks.
NVIDIA, Apple,
and all those 7. I can't remember all 7, but you listed a couple. But also, too, there's predictions now for 2025, another 20% gain. It keeps that momentum going, right. And I warn people, be careful because there are going to be problems.
So are we more at risk if we're more invested in these magnificent 7 stocks?
Yeah, I mean, what can happen? We are more at risk, and you know, compounding is great. I talk about compounding, and what compounding can do is it really makes money grow fast. Right. But there's something I call reverse compounding. Think about this. You have $100,000 at 20% for 3 years. That's going to grow to $172,800. Sounds pretty good. But looking back in history, we don't always have great times. We had the tech boom and bust. In 2 years, we were down 50%. Right. I went back, I don't want to take the worst one, went back to 35, 36 in the markets, years 35 and 36. Okay. It was down 37% in 1 year. Now think about that number, and people don't realize how much it's going to drop. That $172,000 you got compounded to, with a 37% decline, you fall down to $108,000. So after 4 years, you've made $8,000 on your portfolio. Right. And people don't realize how big that can be. And what it does, it destroys all of their emotional feelings. Stock market is a terrible place to be. It's risky. That's why taking these big risks are many times not good, because you just think it's going to go on, and it doesn't. And it's unrealistic to expect that double-digit or 20% gains are going to go into a third year. So you've got to be cautious this year, right? You got to be cautious and kind of really understand investing. And people say, well, because it keeps going up, it's going to keep going up. And you get on that thing, and then when it drops, you don't understand why. And that's why you have to set your portfolio up for a smoother ride, I'll say, is what you have to do. And so how do we do that? What's the advice to investors to give yourself that protection in the event of this down market and this compounding not working for you? Well, I want to caution people, don't sell everything and go to cash. But look at over-concentrated positions and say, I got too much here. It's 10%, 12% of the portfolio. Pull it back down to 5 or 6%. Look at the valuations. You know, what are you paying for the earnings of cash flow? PE ratio is very well known. It's at 40. That's way above the market. Sell off some of that company. Be smart about it. But please, don't go to bonds. Short-term rates are still good for temporary holding, but don't overcommit to one side. Do not get emotional about investing. It's going to destroy your returns. This is your motto, is no emotions, just results, right? And when you start to lose money, it gets pretty emotional pretty fast. It gets very emotional on the wrong side. And you have more emotions when things go down than when they go up. Right. Okay, Brent, thanks very much. You're welcome. Appreciate it. We'll see you back here next Wednesday night for more, okay? Yes. You can also watch the Good Business San Diego show weekdays at 10:30. Right here on KUSI, brought to you by Wilsey Asset Management. And you can contact Brent at 858-224-0004 or go to smartinvesting2000.com.